Today I'm watching Yellowjackets Season 2, Episode 4. The previous episode was a bit of a miss for me. It felt like they were laying the groundwork for future episodes, which is totally fine. And obviously Episode 2, there was a lot going on. In the previous episode, we saw, Simone and Ty are in the hospital after this car accident. Everybody's dealing with the fallout of after eating Jackie. Coach was looking not great. I'm very worried to see where he's going to be. I feel like he might be dying soon. He was imagining what his life would have been like with Paul if he hadn't got on the plane. Hallucinating. He's obviously not eating. He was the only one who didn't eat Jackie. Lottie is hanging out with Natalie. We saw Misty and Walter meet for the first time. This Elijah Woods character. It sounds like they're going to try and go to New York to track down the information from the vending machine. That's where the credit card was. So I imagine that's what will happen in this episode. Ty also reached out to the reporter, but I feel like she is not alive anymore. I feel like we know Misty definitely poisoned her, and I feel like she is not alive. Last we saw her, she had crashed her car. They had this baby shower for Shauna, and Lottie gave Shauna this baby blanket with the symbol on it, and then Lottie got blood on it. So lots of little pieces, but nothing really groundbreaking. So I'm very curious to see where this is going to go, or maybe that episode will play a much bigger role later on. I don't know yet. But thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And if you want to have a say in what movies or TV shows I watch, be sure to join Patreon. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content.
I'm right here. You found another one. Look. Look.
Yeah, Ty is definitely drawn to these symbols.
I'm going back to bed.
I'd be very curious to see what Lottie would have to say about the situation, because obviously she has these, she can see things that nobody else can. So what does that mean? Oh, Van made a map. That's a lot. That's a lot. And that, Ty is inexplicably drawn to them and doesn't know why and can't remember why she got there or how she got there. Where are you going now, Ty?
Some of you guys just love living off the grid.
Definitely dabbling more into this dual person in one body situation. Is this after the crash? No, she literally drove until she ran out of gas. Where is she? Oh, no, 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 no. Hey, that's the name of the show. Did she meet with the reporter, or did she just break into her apartment? Because she had that shot of the key under the mat and just walked in, so very curious.
So the tow company, they just found our van on the side of the road?
Jeff's not buying it, and I don't blame him.
Where are you going dressed like that?
The bank. Why are you here?
I need those keys.
Is she going to deposit Travis's money?
I'm getting really worried that you're not calling me back. Either of you. Don't make me come looking for you.
Because she will. She means it. And it won't be in a gentle way.
Just busy. They're all lucky to have you. It's pretty rare to have a friend who's relentlessly got your back.
Relentless is a good word, yeah.
I've got a good distraction for you as you wait for your friend's imminent replies. You can choose the music for the rest of the trip.
Whoa! A great honor of a co-pilot, indeed.
Your favorite Yellowjacket, but I am not going to tell you anything about what happened out there, so you can just drop me off at the next town.
Oh, Misty. She's just so convinced nobody wants her.
Sure, it was a significant trauma, but I don't care that you were a Yellowjacket. That was like 30 years ago.
25.
And
But who's counting? Whoa, okay, such compliments.
Happen to love musicals, and it has nothing to do with me.
yeah.
These two are like two parts of the same person.
What we listen to.
She's lying. She's lying.
So then you won't be bothered if I put on.
And he has cassette tapes.
Oh, let's tell the story of Cinderella, except every character's a train. Enough already.
What What musical is that?
People of Europe, I send you the rainbow.
Misty, she's so frustrated but intrigued and like a little infatuated, I think, also at the same time.
Europe, I send you the rainbow of Argentina.
Now I understand why musicals have such a big meaning to her, because her and Crystal would sing them.
Someone stole some bear meat from the shed. I guess they think they deserve more than the rest of us, which...
I'm glad Coach is up. I feel like it was Travis.
I'm the one who should be taking some more, except I'm not, because I'm not the... So which one of you is?
I feel like Travis got some for
If it
Coach.
had been me, what exactly would you do about it? Would you eat me?
I don't like that those threats are being thrown around this early.
Game, then how did Lottie get the birds?
Lottie didn't get the birds. They flew into the cabin.
But they think it's obviously connected by Lottie. Yeah.
Then we would have gotten sick from eating them.
What about the bear? I don't think anyone who saw that could call it a coincidence.
No, that was very strange. It straight up sacrificed itself.
One-on-one, we both go out, just her and me, and then at the end of the day, we see who makes it back here with more food.
I don't like that. That's a bad idea. Lottie looks wildly uncomfortable, and I don't think she likes using whatever she can that way. It's just they need it.
Charlotte wanted everyone to be equal there.
She didn't ask you to give up anything.
Only the bad parts.
Natalie thinks this is a cult. Yeah.
Didn't tell me he was taking a sabbatical.
I think it was a last-minute thing. But I promise I'm up to date on your file.
She said she was going to the bank. She's going to therapy.
And it needs to stop. They need to stop.
I was wondering what her visions would be up to. She's obviously been suppressing them this whole time, so...
So maybe ask yourself, what do you think they're trying to tell you?
Nothing.
Yeah, I think she needs to see her old doctor, because this one's like encouraging her to see her visions, which...
Because they're not real.
Except some of them came true, so they might be real.
You yourself have to be back before sundown, or you're automatically disqualified. If you're not back by then, we'll come out and we'll find you.
I'm very worried to see this, like, hunting Olympics trial, whatever they got going on. Yeah, exactly.
Maybe you can draw cards.
Lottie doesn't need a gun.
Okay.
Lottie will use her mind, and it'll be terrifying. I'm worried for Nat. Like, I feel like this is the one thing she has is that she's responsible to go out hunting, and obviously hasn't been super successful, but it's also the middle of winter. And I'm worried Lottie is going to be able to conjure something up, and then the team will value Lottie even higher than they do now. Please let the record show that if it was actually winter and it was -40, their skin would freeze in under 30 seconds. I know it's a TV show, but as a Canadian, I feel like I have to advocate for the frigid temperatures of winter. There's that frickin' symbol, man. And it's always, like, cleared away. Like, the snow is covering the rest of the tree, but not that spot. Those are some big hooves.
So much. I should cut you a check for her room and board.
Sorry, but Callie hasn't slept over at our house in weeks.
Yep, and Callie's been lying to you. And she's finding that out now. And she's keeping this piece of Adam's license. Yeah, oh man.
Where? I don't know yet. That's what's fun.
And talk about all the things she's been lying to her about? Yeah, exactly. This is Callie's when we're gonna getting in the car. Is that like a breakfast taco? Oh, mustard on top of the maple syrup, sir. That's a questionable choice at best.
Oh, no. I haven't had a job in years. I'm a millionaire. Well, a multi-millionaire, technically.
For what?
A scaffolding company who got sued a few years back when their beams came loose and caused a tore into bricks to hit that poor guy who was walking under it.
You were the poor guy?
They have a metal plate put in his head and settled in court for $6 million.
Dang. Walter.
Do you know where we might find them?
They sell their honey at the farmer's market every Tuesday.
Today is Tuesday.
Yeah, I know.
They're gonna find Natalie. Okay, that's interesting. For a second, I was like, is Walter secretly a ghost? But I was like, no, other people have talked to him. That's rule number 1 about being a ghost in movies and television. Where the frick is Shauna gonna... Shauna, where is Ty walking to?
I can...
Hey, full disclosure, I voted for you.
Okay, so that's a good start.
No, I just...
How much you want for it?
She's like, I'll take your naked lady pen. Yeah, thank you.
There's that dripping again.
I don't know what dripping she's talking about. Like the snow melting and dripping off the roof? Oh, they're gonna eat this little mouse. No. They're gonna eat him.
I'm not gonna hurt you, it's okay.
She can't have a pet. Like, they're gonna... Oh, no. What's she gonna feed the mouse? She can barely feed herself. Like, she can't keep a mouse in her pocket forever. Yeah, that's where they sacrifice the bear heart. Oh, man. Oh, Lottie. Oh, God. Oh. That's... Oh, God. She's hoping this will bring food. She's sacrificing her own blood to this thing. Oh, my God. That looks like a frozen lake. Hopefully it's frozen. Please don't fall in. So you go ice fishing. That's an option.
Okay. And I swear to God, Mom, if you lie to me again, I am so over secrets.
Yeah, they both lie to each other. Yeah, it's not healthy.
Okay. You know what? You're right. No more secrets.
Is she really gonna tell her? I don't know that I believe that. What?
I killed Adam. But he was blackmailing my friends, my...
I wasn't expecting that confession.
No, actually, that's a lie. Adam was not the blackmailer, but at first I thought that he was.
Callie's processing the fact that her mom's a murderer.
The reason that this entire thing happened and that you're now a murderer.
No. I mean...
Shauna's like, how do I untangle this lie web of mystery?
I promise.
Is she gonna use it to like blackmail her mom to basically get anything she wants now? Like, where's that gonna go?
Man, this is just like a bunch of random points. You could make any kind of shape from these.
She's making the symbol with the trees.
Trophies and old soccer cleats, but no, I don't have that kind of...
I think Paul's his first boyfriend. She looks so sad in all the photos.
What you need. I know what to do when you make another attempt.
Maybe it's her over-domineering mother. Oh God, the wall of spoons.
Is gone. You can't take care of yourself, honey, let alone a fish.
He's a fish.
That you will kill, not by forgetting...
Cheese and rice, that's horrible.
And leaving it alone to starve. What?
Oh my God, that's graphic, yes.
I'm sorry I snapped at you. I know you were just trying to help, and I didn't mean to make it into whatever that was.
She took the fish, didn't she? Whoa! Gross.
It's a fucking fish.
Weird transport, but it works. She's like, yeah, I just had goldfish in my mouth. And if they had been at the farmer's market, she would have seen them.
The element of surprise. Like, I had a feeling this could happen. There's a local B&B nearby. I say we surprise them in the morning.
They're gonna have a sleepover? Okay. And of course, yeah, if she had been there, Natalie would have seen Misty. Misty would have seen Natalie. This thing would have been over.
Found but didn't kill?
It's dead. It's frozen in the surface of the lake. I'm gonna need a lot of help to get it out of there.
Oh, the moose fell into the lake. Okay, I thought you'd do ice fishing, but that works too. I'm sorry, what? How is there a plane? Another plane? This can't be Laurelie's plane. That thing blew up. Come on, man! How? How is Leonard back? In perfect shape.
Hey, Leonard. Is
Lottie losing her damn mind? What's happening? What the frick, man? And I'm guessing that thing's gonna be full of food. Oh, Laurelie's necklace! The plane is parked over a secret tunnel system? What is happening? Something's happening. Something very bizarre is happening. She got on an elevator and is now in a mall. I have a lot of questions. I have a lot of questions right now.
That would look beautiful on you. Would you like to try it on?
She's like, you're talking to me? You're real?
No, thank you. I'm just looking. Here if you need me.
And no one's like, hey, you look like you've been living in the woods for months. Oh, and here's everybody hanging out on the food court at the mall, having the best time. And Laurelie's there, yeah.
She got that for you. You look hungry.
She's hallucinating, clearly.
When did that ever stop you?
And having the theme song playing in the background.
Get you out of here. No, but I just got here. I don't want to.
And now the mall's like completely empty behind her.
If you don't get warm, you're gonna die. You have to go.
Laurelie's trying to save her. Oh gosh, yeah, like literally pushes her out of this. Oh, Lottie. We can't have two people go like that. Yeah, if she falls asleep out there, it's game over. That poor moose. Such a majestic creature. What are they gonna pull it with? They don't have a truck or anything.
Hold on! Hold on!
Oh god, it's sinking. Oh god, it's gonna pull them all in. Yeah. Oh my god, this is very dangerous. Very cool image though. Very, very cool. Oh, I don't trust this. Yeah, they're gonna lose it. Yeah. Oh no, Natalie, no! Oh my god. Get out of there. Get out of there right now.
We need it. We need it.
Such a beautiful, striking image, though, just to see the antlers of the moose, you know, stuck in the ice like that, and them trying to pull it out. But, like I said, moose are ginormous and fucking heavy, man. There's no way they'd be able to get it out of there.
No, yeah, no.
No.
Nope.
2 rooms, please. And you can put mine under the name Lady Malawan.
So subtle. Oh, I love a good split screen. Here we go. They have the same procedure of staying at hotels. Too funny. He's got his face mask. She's got her under eye mask, like the bold gold ones.
Just say it's morning now.
They are so similar. It's eerie. Honestly, having this split screen showing their like hotel routines and bedtime routines.
I think she was worried and obviously a little scared, but she understood.
Jeff's like, why would you tell our kid that? Yeah.
Hey. Be right back, okay?
Yeah, poor Natalie's so defeated. I don't know if Lottie's back yet, but Natalie was so excited and everybody got their hopes up, obviously, and then just such a loss to not get it.
It's gonna get better. Come on.
It would hurt. It would hurt so bad. When you're that cold and then getting that hot, oh, that's painful. Yeah, she's definitely seeing things more and more often, and I don't know what the symbolism of a queen with its eyes scratched out. Yeah, and there it is again. On both ends of a card, I don't know. She's doing it again, but in like the present day. Oh my god, is this what she thinks makes them stop? Cheese and rice, Lottie. Oh gosh.
Please. Well,
I'm guessing it wants more and she's not giving it more.
Van?
What did they see? Who were they chasing? What? Is it Javi? Like what?
Stop! We're not trying to hurt you! Hey! Stop fighting! It's us!
It looks like Javi. He didn't recognize them though? That's my guess. Who else would be out there? Yep. Javi. Javi is very much alive. Lottie was right. Natalie's in big trouble. Where's Travis? Lottie made the sacrifice and Javi showed up.
Javi. Hey, it's me. It's your brother.
He seems very disorientated, like he doesn't know what's going on. He hasn't talked. And Natalie is gonna have to do some explaining. Yeah.
Deny this anymore. There is something deep inside of you that is connected to all of this.
Yeah, and I don't think it's in a good way, and she doesn't understand it, and it's a lot. I'm very glad Javi's okay. I was so worried about him. She didn't find food, but she found Javi. A movie store? Okay, interesting. I don't know where she's going. I thought she was going to meet the reporter, but obviously she did that already, so where's she going now? A Rosemary's Baby poster.
You gotta let me know what you think both of us. We can get the machine working. Okay, we'll do. Report back.
Lauren Ambrose. I kept seeing her name in the credits, and I was wondering... It's Adult Van. We're finally meeting Adult Van. Oh my gosh. Of course she's running a movie store. That's a perfect job for her. Yeah. Oh my god. I'm guessing these two haven't seen each other in a hot minute. Oh my god, Adult Van. Yes. I love Lauren Ambrose. I'm so excited she's in this. 6 Feet Under. Probably one of my favorite HBO shows. Oh my gosh. So that was my first time watching Yellowjackets season 2 episode 4. Things are definitely picking up now, and I'm remembering how the formula for the first season went, where each episode was kind of based on a character. They don't seem to be following this format in the second season, which is fine. I feel like what they're doing instead is introducing more of the adult characters. Like obviously we started off with adult Lottie. Now we've met adult Van, which is super interesting. I assume if we haven't met an adult version of them that they don't make it out alive alive because we don't have any proof, and they still have a long time in the wilderness. So very interesting to see her, and she's running this video store, which me, obviously, as somebody who loves movies, makes me very happy, but just very interesting. And the fact that she obviously hasn't seen Ty in a long time, and even takes a couple minutes to fully process who she's looking at and doesn't recognize her right away, and why is Ty seeking her out after all of this time? We saw Ty go to the reporter's house, and in kind of this like disjointed, disillusioned scene, we see two versions of Ty kind of rummaging through the reporter's house. Again, I fully believe that the reporter is passed away. I thought this episode would either confirm or deny that. It didn't really. We saw that there was mail at her apartment, but that could just mean she hasn't been home in a while. Again, I think she has passed away because Misty drugged her and she died, but Ty is able to get in with the key and finds this folder with Yellowjackets information, and obviously that's how she tracks down Van. But I'm very curious to find out why she's seeking Van after all this time. Obviously they're not together, and it seems like everybody lost touch with each other when they came back home. I feel like after going through something like that, you'd want to stay in touch, but maybe they just want to forget it and move on and never speak to each other again. I don't know, but yeah, very interesting. I love Lauren Ambrose, so I'm so excited that she's in this. She's such a great actress. She is in an M. Night Shyamalan TV series called The Servant as well on Apple TV. We have this hunting competition between Natalie and Lottie. Basically, the group is, divided up into who thinks Lottie could do better because the bear literally sacrificed itself to her. The birds died. They feel like she basically summoned them to die so that they would have some food. And obviously Natalie is one of the few people who knows how to use the weapon and has been going out hunting every day. Unfortunately, Natalie hasn't been successful with the hunts, but it's also the middle of winter, so it would be very hard. And I feel like it was a moment of pride for Natalie when she finally found the moose in the lake, but just such a moment of defeat at the same time, because obviously a moose would be insanely heavy and they don't have a truck or anything to help pull it out. They have human power, but they're also weaker from being out in the wilderness for months and haven't been eating properly, and there's not 30 of them, there's like 8 of them trying to pull this moose out, and not only would you have the weight of the moose, but it's also passed away and is heavier and wet, and pulling it out of the water onto the ice without breaking the ice so that you fall in as well. We did see Natalie, dive in after it basically. It was a very interesting visual, this beautiful shot of this moose in the lake. There was this like weirdly beautiful shot of the moose in the lake, and basically its antlers had gotten stuck in the ice and the rest of it was completely submerged underwater as they're above it trying to pull. And yeah, the moose would have been amazing if they would have been able to catch it, and it would have fed them for a very, very long time. But unfortunately that wasn't the fate, and that's obviously the same moose that Natalie saw in the previous episode. Lottie's hunting excursion obviously brought something else. It brought back Javi, which I hope they're not going to eat. Please, God, please don't let that be foreshadowing. That's terrifying. But she can't find anything, and she's going to the symbol and kind of putting her hand on it, and I don't know if she believes she has a connection to this stuff, but everybody else obviously does, so she doesn't seem like she's convinced that it's gonna work. And even her, cutting her hand and putting it where they had that altar where they sacrificed the bear heart, she's kind of like, okay, is this what I'm supposed to do? Like, is this what you want? And then that's when she finds Laura Lee's plane. So bizarre. I was like, what is happening here? Obviously, we know Laura Lee is no longer around, and definitely not with her plane. Her plane blew up in the middle of the sky, so that was super suspicious. When she showed the hatch, I thought maybe there was supplies in the plane. She's going to find some food. No, it was obviously this weird tunnel hallucination that she had where she's in a mall of all places. And it's interesting when we have these hallucinations, what they would have really wanted to do in that moment. I feel like there's some deep, dark, God, I would just love to go to the mall with my friends, kind of moment and hang out in the food court and eat pizza and Chinese food. And she's trying to eat, and every time she puts her fork in, it comes up empty, and she's trying and Laura Lee's like, well, we have to say something before we eat. And obviously Lottie is very confused by that, but it definitely feels like Laura Lee has some connection to Lottie from the afterlife, and Laura Lee going up to her at the table and pushing her awake and pushing her out of this hallucination, saying like, you've got to survive, like you've got to get warm and save yourself, because if you don't, it's game over. And luckily Lottie is able to make it back, but she was in rough shape. And then her and Natalie kind of have this bonding moment at the end, like they both had a hell of a day and it didn't go how they had planned at all. They still have no food and just not a successful hunting trip, obviously. But to see Javi come back in, we know Lottie had said very strongly that he's alive and he's out there, but like, where has he been? What was going on? Like, who did he meet? Where has he been staying? And the only real clue that Ty and Van had was that the snow would kind of melted, and that kind of triggered them. They followed, down the trail, and they find Javi. Javi's running away from them even. Like, you think he would recognize them. He definitely seems disorientated. He definitely doesn't seem to know what's going on. And even Travis is like, "It's me, Travis, your brother." So maybe somebody had him captive. I don't know, but definitely a lot of questions for Javi. I'm very, very glad he's okay. I feel like the next episode's going to be a lot of awkward conversations between Travis and Natalie, obviously, because Travis is already mourned for his brother, and Natalie was the one who told him that he died, and Travis believed her, obviously. So I feel like that's going to be the breaking point for the two of them. And yeah, I'm very curious to see what Javi has to say in the next episode. If he talks, he definitely was in shock or something going on in this episode. He wasn't the Javi we knew. Coach seems to have been doing better, which is great. I definitely feel like Travis stole the bear meat from the meat shed to feed him, because he's up and moving around and seems to be doing better, and I don't think that would have happened if he hadn't eaten something. So neither of them said anything. And then to see him, daydreaming more about his life with Paul, this life that he wanted so badly but never pursued, and doesn't know if he'll get a chance to. And they were having their first fight basically after moving in, and Ben finds a box of stuff from his exes, basically. And it's interesting to see what they would do to fill their time in the wilderness. Coach doesn't want to read the book again. He's probably read it 500 times since he's been out there. So he just kind of sits back and starts daydreaming and is filling his time with these thoughts and the life he wished he was leading right now instead of being stuck in the wilderness. I definitely thought Misty and Natalie were going to meet in this episode. Misty and Walter are on the trail to track down Natalie. They were in the right spot, but of course Natalie and Lisa went to her mom's house and had that whole confrontation about the goldfish and how Lisa suffers from depression, and her mom is just berating her with it and being controlling and saying like, well, don't even bother taking the fish. You can't take care of yourself, so why are you going to take care of the fish? And I was just like, that's such a tough scene to watch. And then Natalie, of course, gets defensive, and I think the two of them bond that way, and just, Natalie stands up for her, even though I don't think she really likes her, but she just doesn't like the way she's being treated. And the two of them obviously missed the farmer's market where they would have met Misty, so I'm curious to see if Misty will drive up to this place in the next episode and see adult Lottie and also find Natalie. Natalie was definitely prying like this place is a cult and trying to get Lisa to admit to some of these rules and things they can and cannot do, but Lisa seems to like it. And even at the end, Natalie was like, okay, like if it works for her, like who am I to say differently? And even when Natalie pushes away the drink and, Lisa brings up, hey, like I saw you not in a great state, not that long ago, and is that something you're thinking about doing again? And Natalie is like, no, like I think I'm good. And they haven't really talked about Travis's death, so I'm assuming what Lottie said is what actually happened. We don't really know otherwise, and there's been so many other things going on at the moment. We find out adult Lottie has been going to therapy, and, every 6 months like clockwork. It must be just to renew her prescription, because it definitely sounds like she's been medicating for the past 10 years to kind of suppress her visions, and now either the medication's wearing off or she's getting immune to it, or the visions are getting more and more prevalent, because she, as an adult, does the same thing she did when she was a teenager. She cuts her hand as a sacrifice and like says in a desperate plea kind of under her voice, like, please let this be enough. Like whatever they want, they're not obviously happy with, because visions for Lottie keep coming quicker and quicker. And when she tells the therapist like, oh, they're not real, I don't know if she's just saying that because she doesn't want to be perceived as someone who's maybe not mentally well and is getting these visions all the time, but they're definitely real. Like, the things she sees definitely come true. I think we've well established that by this point. I'm not sure what the playing card with the queen's eyes crossed out, what that means, but that definitely triggered her, and they're happening more and more frequently. And I'm sure that's very frustrating for Lottie, because obviously she doesn't want these visions. She doesn't want to be seeing these things and has been trying to avoid it, and now it's obviously getting out of her control. And she mentioned the last time that happened, it was something bad, so I'm very worried to see what that means if we haven't seen that already. Ty and Van are continuing their exploration of the trees, basically, with all the symbols, and they go to the spot, try and find the last one. But it's very interesting that, of course, all the trees with the symbol makes the symbol itself. As Van shows, in the string, she connects it all, and it's not a random pattern. Like, it clearly means something. And I feel like the cabin is within the middle of that. So not only are they surrounded by trees with a symbol, but the fact that the symbol itself is being made with that pattern, so bizarre. Something's definitely going on. I can't believe Shauna told Callie about Adam. I definitely did not think she was going to tell her kid, yeah, I murdered somebody. Like, what? But Callie seems to take it as like, okay, yes, my mom did horrible things, but she's not lying to me. And I think the lies were what really were getting to Callie. But Callie was also lying to her mom, so maybe they'll be more honest with each other. We saw Callie wanted to stay at home and help out with dinner instead of going to meet Jay and lying about staying at her friend's house. So maybe she's, back on board now. I don't know. It's just such a weird concept, and Jeff was definitely not impressed that Shauna decided to tell their kid this. And he's like, we only have one kid. Like, we only have one chance to, be parents, basically. And Jeff definitely wouldn't have told her, but yeah, it somehow seems to have brought them closer together. I don't trust either of them, so I'm very worried that Callie is going to, as soon as she wants something that Shauna says no to, Callie's going to bring this up. And we know Shauna is a loose cannon and will do whatever she wants, basically, if she needs to survive. So yeah, I'm very worried to see where that's gonna go. We had Walter and Misty, on this mission to find Natalie, and it was such an interesting scene to see them both do their, hotel routines, basically, as they're both very into investigation and being detectives and kind of playing that part. So to see them tear apart the hotel room, basically, like, check the light bulbs, check behind the bed, check behind the TV, doing all of these things that they don't know that they're doing, but it's literally just like copy and paste, that they're simultaneously doing the same thing in two different rooms. Even their bedtime routine, like, they both put on their masks and then, put on something on their phones, a white noise or something like that, and just literally two parts of the same person. Like, it's eerie how similar it was, but a really cool visual to see that split screen. I love split screen when it's done well, and I think they did a great job showing that. I'm curious as to why Misty doesn't want to pursue Walter in a romantic way. We also found out Walter is a millionaire from some lawsuit, but Misty definitely chose to take her own room. I think Walter wanted to share a room with Misty and maybe see where that's going to go. I thought definitely that was the direction we were heading in, but Misty has her own room, and there's that shot where they both kind of, roll over in bed, and I think maybe they were thinking of going to the other person's room, but neither of them, make that step. So yeah, it's very interesting. We've seen Misty, like, resiliently pursue romantic interest before, so I don't know why she's hesitant about Walter. Maybe it's because she's questioning his intentions. She's not used to somebody genuinely being interested in her. And even when they have that scene in the car where she snaps at him saying, like, you're only interested in me because I'm a Yellowjacket, and, like, let me off here. So yeah, I'm very curious to see if something romantic does develop, or if they're just going to, work on this case together. Overall, I thought it was a good episode. We definitely got a few more pieces of the puzzle. We saw adult Van. I'm very curious to learn more about her in the next episode. We saw Javi is back. Again, lots of questions for Javi. Where has he been? How has he been surviving? He doesn't look like he's starving. He looks the same, basically, like he just got picked up and put in a different spot, and that's where they found him, 3 months later. So lots of questions. I feel like Travis and Natalie are going to have some very serious conversations. They still don't have any food, so I'm very worried to see what that plan is going to be. Obviously, hunting isn't working. I honestly thought they were going to try ice fishing, but that wasn't the case. Mari is still hearing this dripping sound. Obviously, Shauna is still pregnant. There's lots of things going on. Simone is still in the hospital. I don't know what the state of that's going to look like, if her character is going to stay that way for the rest of the season. The reporter, again, I feel like is definitely gone, and Ty goes to her apartment. Very curious to see where the season's gonna go. Very curious to see where the next episode's gonna go now that we've had these two characters, one introduced and one brought back, basically. But thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. She said she was going to the bank. She's going to therapy. Like, she can't keep a mouse in her pocket forever. I wasn't expecting that confession. She's making the symbol with the trees on both ends of a card. I don't know. Is this after the crash? No, she literally drove until she ran out of gas. And he has cassette tapes. Is that like a breakfast taco? Oh, she took the fish, didn't she?